They watch you with eyes that hold entire worlds, silent and patient, as if every heartbeat you have is mirrored in theirs. And yet, there is a quiet tension that has begun to grow between you, unnoticed, almost invisible at first. A twitch of discomfort when you reach for the leash, a hesitant pause when you extend your hand. You might think it's nothing. Maybe you tell yourself your dog is just being dramatic, or stubborn, or ungrateful. But deep down, there's a whisper, a gnawing in your chest that something is off, that perhaps you are unknowingly crossing lines they cannot speak about. We often forget that dogs, though joyful and loyal, feel in ways that are immediate and unshielded. There is no filter, no pretending that they are okay when they are not. Every small shift in your tone, every hasty movement, every brief neglect reverberates in their world as a tremor of mistrust. You might have a routine, a habit, a way of moving through your day that seems harmless, even natural to you. But for them, it's a subtle erosion, like water slowly hollowing the roots of a tree. You do not see it, yet it reshapes their landscape, their sense of safety, their sense of belonging. Perhaps it starts with rushing. You move too quickly, speaking in clipped tones, pulling at the leash in a hurry to leave, to arrive, to finish the task. To us, it is efficiency, productivity, normal life. To them, it is confusion, anxiety, a sudden tightening of the invisible walls they live inside. They do not understand why the moments meant for connection are hurried. They do not understand why your hand, which should bring comfort, sometimes brings tension, and they retreat inward, curling into themselves in silent surrender, because they have learned that survival in this world often means shrinking to fit the cracks we leave behind. There is a deeper layer beneath these gestures, one that mirrors something you yourself might know without realizing it. Dogs, like humans, carry the echoes of early lessons, of fear, of loss of boundaries that were crossed or ignored. When a habit repeatedly disregards their comfort, it triggers an old wound, a memory of being pushed aside, of being unheard. You see, they remember not in chronological detail, but in feeling, the sense of imbalance, the tremor in the air that says, "This is not safe, this is not yours to hold." Every yawn cut short, every step taken before they are ready, is a micro-trauma layered onto the last, not unlike the quiet ways we as children learn to brace ourselves against the world when no one slowed down to notice. And yet, it is not malice. It is not failure on your part. The habit is not a betrayal, though it can feel that way to them. It is a human rhythm born of distraction, habit, obligation. And it is, in its own quiet way, a mirror to our own survival mechanisms. We do things because they are easy, because they are unconscious, because the weight of our own lives presses against our ability to pause, to see. You are not a villain in this story. You are a caretaker, striving, sometimes imperfectly, to bridge two species, two hearts, two worlds. Consider the moments they shrink away from the leash. There is a story there, a memory of being pulled, of being hurried, of feeling unmoored. There is a story in the way they tremble when your hand hovers too fast, or when the door opens before they are ready. These are not simply behavioral quirks. They are language, a subtle, eloquent language of discomfort and caution. And if you listen, if you slow down and quiet the world just enough, you will hear it. You will hear the plea not to be rushed, the longing for presence, the need to exist in the space they share with you at their own pace. What does this mean about you, then? It means that you have the capacity to see. It means that you have the power to reshape the landscape of your relationship, not by grand gestures, but by micro shifts, by pausing an extra heartbeat before reaching for the leash, by kneeling to meet them at eye level, by letting the day's urgency soften for the sake of a wagging tail, a leaning head, a sigh of trust. These are small acts, almost invisible, but they carry worlds of meaning. Each one repairs a tremor, mends a fissure, rebuilds the bridge that your habit has slowly worn thin. And there is hope here, too, for you. There is hope in recognizing that the harm caused is not permanent, that bonds can be renewed, that trust can be rebuilt. Your dog does not hold grudges in the way humans do. They hold feelings, raw and honest, and they forgive in increments, in glances, in leaning closer when you finally slow down. Healing is not dramatic, it is quiet, it is persistent, it is a series of small corrections, a series of gentle acknowledgments that say, I see you, I hear you, I will move differently now. Imagine walking together step by step, not with haste, but with attention. Imagine your hand offering guidance instead of pressure, your voice offering calm instead of command. Imagine the way their body relaxes, the way their eyes soften, the gentle tilt of their head that says, I trust you again. This is not just about your dog. It is about connection, about learning to slow, to witness, to honor presence beyond our own urgent rhythms. It is about empathy made visible, about love expressed in pauses and careful movements. And perhaps, in the act of seeing them, you begin to see yourself. Perhaps the habit that hurt them reflects the way life has hurt you too. The way the world's pace, its disregard, its urgency, has pushed you forward without pause. And in correcting this one simple habit, you also correct something in yourself. You learn patience. You learn attention. You learn that being present is not just for the other, but also for the self. They will forgive your mistakes if you forgive yourself. They will lean into your presence if you lean into theirs. And one day, the habit that once hurt becomes a memory, a quiet lesson in how small, consistent acts of awareness can ripple outward, changing lives in subtle, almost imperceptible ways. Your dog does not ask for perfection. They ask for presence, consistency, gentleness. And in giving them this, you cultivate the same in yourself. A heart that notices, a hand that steadies, a soul that moves with care. So let the leash hang lightly in your hand. Let your voice soften. Let the world slow enough to exist in the space between you and them. Watch the easing of tension in their shoulders, the softening of their gaze, the trust that returns in small increments. Witness it not as reward, but as the natural unfolding of attention, empathy, and care. This is healing. This is love. This is the quiet miracle of being truly present for another being, in a world that so often moves too fast to notice. And when you do this, something subtle happens inside you too. You learn to pause before your own hurried habits. You learn that small gestures are not small at all. You learn that attention is the most profound gift we can offer to others and to ourselves. And perhaps, long after the leash is set down and the day is done, both you and your dog lie down in the quiet, feeling the warmth of trust restored, the comfort of safety, the slow, tender heartbeat of connection that endures far beyond any habit, any mistake, any day. Your dog will forgive your unintentional missteps, and in noticing, in choosing differently, in moving with awareness, you will forgive yourself. Step by step, pause by pause, habit by habit, you will both emerge from the subtle erosion into a space of calm, a space of trust, a space of being fully seen. And in that, the simplest of habits transforms, not into harm, but into the quiet art of care, the invisible architecture of love that holds two hearts, human and canine, together in a world that too often forgets how to slow down.